This Saturday, we've got the biggest, the most fiercest rivalry in Premier League football. It's the North London derby, Arsenal versus Tottenham, Saturday 12:30. So I thought let's do a combined starting 11 on both the teams based on the performances of this season only. Firstly, in goal is between Ramsdale and Lloris. Now, I'm with everyone saying that Ramsdale is the better keeper. He's younger, more exciting, he's got more energy, but I'm going to have to go with Lloris because I checked out the stats and Lloris actually has better stats than Ramsdale this season. So I'm going to put Lloris in goal. Now let's look at the left back position. Also, by the way, we're going to do a 4-4-2, traditional 4-4-2. But that's difficult because Tottenham play with the 5-3-2 formation usually, so there's 5 at the back. For Spurs, their left backs have rotated with Sessegnon, Perisic, Ben Davies. They've not really had someone nail down that position. And for Arsenal, they've had Zinchenko, who had a brilliant start, sensational to Arsenal. He's been injured the last 2 games, but Tierney's stepped in well. But it's between Zinchenko and Sessegnon, who's played the most games for Tottenham, and I'm going to have to put Zinchenko in the left back position. For the right back position, Arsenal have Tomiyasu and Ben White playing the right position. And for Tottenham, they've had Perisic, Matt Doherty, and mainly Emerson who's played. I'm going to put Ben White because even though Tomiyasu is Arsenal's main right back, Ben White has deputised brilliantly. And he's better than Emerson and Doherty. And Perisic is a great right wing back, but he's not traditional right back. So right back, it's going to be Ben White. Now let's look at the 2 centre backs. For the first centre back I'm going to put in, is straight up, it's going to be William Saliba, who's like a young Van Dijk. He got straight into the 11. Arsenal fans had a high expectation for this kid during pre-season, but rest of the Premier League didn't want to hear it. And as the season has gone on, Saliba has risen to the occasion and he's just been a revelation to the Premier League. He's one of the hottest young talents, so he goes instantly into the centre-back position. Next to Saliba, I'm going to put Eric Dyer. That might be shocking because a lot of people think Romero is better than Dyer, but this season, Dyer has been Tottenham's best centre-back. He's been much better than Romero and Davinson Sanchez, and Dyer's earned an England call-up, and he's been brilliant, so I'm going to have to put him in. Gabriel misses out. I think Dyer's been better than Gabriel because Gabriel's been good with Saliba, but he's had a few mistakes for Arsenal, a few howlers, and he's been responsible for Arsenal conceding 2 goals, I believe. So Gabriel just misses out. So Dyer and Saliba are the 2 centre backs. Now we're playing the 4-4-2, so we're going to go with 2 centre midfielders. For the first centre mid, I'm going to put Granit Xhaka in the combined 11. He's been brilliant. He's turned things around again with the Arsenal fans. He's become a fan darling. Arteta has liberated how Xhaka should play. He's played more progressively. He's showing his brilliant passing ranges, his left foot. He's scored a few goals. He's been making assists. He's been good on the defensive end. And Arsenal fans love him. So Xhaka goes in for this season's performance alone. Now, I would put Partey, but he's missed a lot of the season. And although he's brilliant defensively, he just keeps getting injured. So I'm going to put Højbjerg next to Xhaka, who's been brilliant for Tottenham as well. He's been much better than Bentancur, especially under Conte. And also, if I'm looking at the stats, Højbjerg actually has a better pass percentage than Xhaka, more defensive ratings than Xhaka. So in a way, they're 2 similar players, but Højbjerg has actually been better than Xhaka looking at the stats. He passes more, he tackles more, pressures more. So Højbjerg and Xhaka goes into my centre midfield. On the left side is between Saka and Kulusevski. Now this is a tough one, I have to say, because both are outstanding young talents. They have similar stats with 1 goal for both. Saka has 4 assists, Kulusevski has 3 assists. So I'm going to have to nitpick some advanced stats to choose the winner who should be. Now looking at some important stats, firstly XG, Saka has a higher XG, he's got 1.6 XG and Kulusevski has 0.7. So Saka is a clear win on XG. And if you're looking at the passes completed and distances, Saka is ahead on that. Looking at the higher shot creation, Saka's ahead on that. On the defensive side, Saka has got more tackles than Kulusevski, but Kulusevski's got more pressures. Touches per game, Saka has more than that. and more dribbles. Saka does more dribbles. So I nitpick some advanced stats and it's conclusive. Saka goes on the left, but Kulusevski can be a super sub. On the right side of the wing is between Martinelli and Son Heung-min. Look, everyone knows Son is world class and he scored an absolutely phenomenal, one of the all-time great sub appearances last weekend. He scored a hat-trick against Leicester and came on as a sub. But Son has been shockingly out of form, and there was a reason why he was a sub in the first place, because he's been terribly out of form. Whereas Martinelli has been Mr. Reliable for Arsenal. He started every Premier League game. He's been better than Saka. He's been better than Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe can't even get in the team because of Martinelli, because he's been so reliable. So it's between Martinelli and Saka just based on this season's performance only. Let's look at some advanced stats. Son has a slightly higher XG. They both have 3 goals. But Son has 1 assist, although Son's 3 goals came in 1 match, whereas Martinelli is spread out 3 different matches. Martinelli has a higher passing completion. Martinelli is slightly higher in goal and shot creations. Martinelli has slightly higher tackles and pressures, so defensively Martinelli is doing more. And Martinelli has way more success with dribbles and touches. So just on this season alone, I'm going to put Martinelli on the right wing side. So now for the 2 strikers, up front, it's 2 forwards, pretty simple. It's going to be Jesus from Arsenal and Kane on the other. Jesus has been brilliant for Arsenal. He's changed Arsenal's fortune. He's got 4 goals and 3 assists, and he just completely turned this team around. He's given them a winning mentality. He's making some outrageous plays, touches, dribbles, skills and tricks. The man is everything and more of what Arsenal hoped he would be. And then Jesus' partner, Harry Kane, what more needs to be said? This guy is a Premier League legend. He's still at peak of his career. He's doing what he always does. He usually starts off slowly at the beginning of the season, but not this season. He's got 6 goals and 2 assists, and yeah, this is my combined 11. Let's see who we got. 7 Arsenal players and 4 Spurs players. I tried to be fair and not biased. I tried to be objective, but this could all change after the North London derby. Whoever gets a spanking, and then the players could completely come alive. Son might come alive, but we'll find out on Saturday. Thank you for tuning in. Let me know in your comments below if I've had any howlers in my combined 11. Thank you.